Hello everybody, Virtual Gamer here, back with another Minecraft Pocket Edition video. Today's video is quite a special video because, as you guys know, a few days ago the brand new edition of Minecraft has been released. The Aquatic update for Minecraft Bedrock 1.4. It is finally here, although this is only phase 1, so only a few of the features are in. They said that there will be around 2 to 3 phases. So today I'll be going through everything that has been added and all the new features in phase 1. But guys, before we start, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel to never miss a video. Let's get right into it. So first off here, and probably one of my favorite features, we have the coral. As you see, I didn't put them in item frames because there are so much. Here is everything in this chest. There are 5 different variants. Blue, which is the tube coral. Pink, which is the brain coral. Oops. Purple, which is the bubble coral. Red, which is the fire coral. And yellow, which is the horn coral. And then for each 5 variants, you get 5 different types of blocks. First you get the normal coral blocks. Then you get the dead coral blocks. Then you get the the normal coral. Then you get the coral fan. This sticks onto the side of the blocks. And then you get the dead coral fan. And obviously you get that for all 5 of them. As you guys can see, I'm now swimming in a coral reef. This is really cool. I'm also in the new swimming animation. We'll be going through that in a second. I really like these. As you can see, we have just a bunch of coral. Got some fans. We've got some normal coral blocks. Everything just over here. Next up, we have the sea pickle. It's quite an odd name, but as you can see, it looks like that. And when you place it down, you can place it down in groups of 1, groups of 2, groups of 3, or groups of 4. Underwater, they make a light. So, for example, that white part that's sticking out is basically a light source. When you put them on land, then that part fades away and it doesn't make a light anymore. So this is also found usually just lying around on the sea floor, or a lot of times on coral reefs as well. And over here we have the sea grass. This is basically just a new variant of the normal grass, just underwater. These next 2 are related. The first one, the green one, is the kelp. This is basically also an underwater plant. It's usually super tall. And then next to that, the blackish one, is the dried kelp. So basically, if you put kelp in a furnace and smelt it, you get dried kelp, which is a new food source. Now, these next 2 are also related. As you know, we used to have a bunch of fish, but you couldn't actually see them. Now we do. So the normal fish was taken out and replaced by the cod. So this is the cod spawner egg, the one on my right-hand side. And then on my left-hand side is a cod in a bucket. I'll be showing you guys that a bit more in a while. These next 2, pretty much the same. That's the salmon spawn egg and the salmon in a bucket. And over here, this has basically replaced the tropical... this is the tropical fish and has replaced the clownfish. So you have the tropical spawn egg and the tropical fish in a bucket. There are over 3,000 different variants for this mob. And then last but not least, one of the fish is the pufferfish. Once again, you've got the spawn egg on your right and the pufferfish in a bucket on your left. And then the last underwater mob for phase 1 is the dolphin. So over here, the first fish is the salmon. As you can see, it's quite big. Second one is the cod, also kind of big. And then the third one is a tropical fish. Now, as I said, you get a lot of variants of this, so here's just a few. The last one is quite dangerous, as you'll see in a minute. If I can, yeah. It gives you poisoning effect if you get too close to it, and puffs up, which is very realistic. So I find that a very nice feature. So those are all of your fish. And now I am swimming with a dolphin. Look at him whiz. They are extremely fast, and this is the thing. If you're in survival, they'll sometimes play with you. Especially if you give them items, they'll kind of just swim around you, as you're seeing now. And then these next 4 is probably one of the biggest changes for PvP. The first one is the trident. That is a brand new weapon, which you can use as a melee weapon and as a long-ranged weapon. So you can throw it like a spear and obviously use it like a sword. And then these 4 books are enchantments for the trident. The first one is loyalty. This basically means that if you throw the trident, it'll come back to you. The second one is channeling. This one is super cool and super overpowered. If it's a thunderstorm, not a rainstorm, it has to be a thunderstorm. And if you throw and hit a mob, it'll summon lightning, and yeah. So that's a brand new way to get charged creepers easily. The next one is impaling. It is basically just sharpness for your trident. And then last but not least, you have Riptide. Now you have different levels of this Riptide, but if it is at its max, when it's raining or when you're underwater, you can throw your trident and basically zoom through the water. So it's kind of like a boost kind of thing. You also have this really cool animation. And then the last entity that was added is this one, which is the Heart of the Sea. At the moment, it doesn't have any use in particular, but in a new phase, we will be getting some new things, and then it will have a very powerful use. We'll be going through that in a future video. So that has covered all of your new items, and now we're going to be going through all the new blocks. This first one is the pumpkin. As you know, in the past, the pumpkin had its face, which I particularly didn't really like, so now they've removed the face, but you can still obtain the face by shearing a pumpkin just like that. And you do also get a seed in return, which just fell off. Okay. Next, you get the blue ice. It's basically a new variant of ice and packed ice. You can find these in icebergs, which is a new biome, which we'll be covering in a second. It is almost frictionless. By this, I mean that you can travel extremely fast on it with a boat. These next three are also one of my personal favorites. They have now added stairs and slabs for prismarine blocks. So we have the prismarine block, dark prismarine block, and prismarine bricks. And then the same for the slabs. These next 5 are also pretty cool. They have now added trapdoors for all the wood variants. I didn't put oak here because obviously that isn't new, but we now have for spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, and dark oak. The same goes for the pressure plates, and the same goes for the buttons. Then we also have 6 more wood variants. This is called the strip log. So how to obtain it, you basically just go to a regular old tree, and you just punch it like this. Or if you're on computer, you just right click it. And as you can see, it changes to stripped logs. So this is a brand new, very nice building material, I guess. This next one is in relation with the kelp. It is the dried kelp block. So it's basically another way to store your kelp once you've put it in the furnace. You just put 9 in each slot of your crafting table, and then you get this block. So over here, we have also got ourselves 4 new structures and 1 new biome. The first one I've already shown you is the coral reefs. The second one is the shipwreck, so let's go check that one out. So as you guys can see, over here we have ourselves a shipwreck. So this one is made, it looks like acacia and spruce. You can get them with any wood variant. As you can see, this one is upside down, but they can also be on their sides, upright. Sometimes in better condition than this, it really depends. So the first chest we have in here, let's see what's in there. We have some paper and a treasure map. We'll be going through that in a second. In fact, let me take that now. And then if we go through here, I believe there's another chest. This is basically like the food chest and stuff. We have some coal, carrots, and wheat. And I believe there is one more chest, which is like the captain's chest. And here's a dolphin. How nice is that? I think if we just go down here, swimming animations is still a little bit funky. Okay, and we might only have those 2 chests. But yeah, this is what a pirate ship looks like, or a shipwreck, whatever you want to call it. The third one is the ocean ruins, which is basically like buildings underwater that have like sunken and been worn down. So as you guys can see, over here we have an ocean ruins. Can you see the brick? It's hiding a little bit. So if we just go mine some blocks away, we should start to see it a bit more clearly, I'm hoping. Where is it? Oh, here we go. I think we found where to get in. Okay, this is looking good. It's a little bit hard, but yeah, this is basically it. They're not always this well hidden away, but this one is, so I just wanted to show you guys an example where they can also be hidden away, so you have to really look carefully. And the last one is the buried treasure. If you go inside of shipwrecks or ocean ruins, inside of the chests there will be maps sometimes, which will lead you to buried treasure. So over here I have located buried treasure. So basically if you do follow the map, it'll lead you somewhere, usually an island. Then all you have to do is just dig around, and eventually you'll find a chest. There it is. Just go break that. And we got some pretty good stuff in here. You can also see the heart of the sea is located here. Got some water breathing, regeneration, a bunch of cool stuff. And the new biome is the iceberg biome. So it's basically almost like the ice spikes biome, except it's like on the water, so the water's frozen with like small ice mountains. This was also posted on the official Minecraft page, just some more info about the aquatic update. But guys, this is the end of this video. If you did enjoy, then please be sure to subscribe.